Hello everyone. CHITUBOX has had some updates recently, and some of you feel like the new UI is too complicated and it's hard to create a smooth workflow. So some of you actually think the new version is slower and they try to stick with the old version. Today we're going to show you how to make a quick and easy workflow and just how fast the new version can be. And we're going to show you some tips how you can get the most of it. Alright everyone, so we're now inside of CHITUBOX. Let's click on New Project to begin our workflow. The first thing we're going to do is right click, open. We're going to navigate to where we have our models. In this case we have Leopold. We're going to select all of Leopold's STL files, click on open. You will notice that once you have opened them, they are now loaded into your workspace. The blue highlighted portion means that they are selected. You will also notice that there is a gizmo floating around. This gizmo is here to make sure that you can move your models around and orient them and so on and so forth. If you haven't watched our previous video, I recommend you do so. We go over how to do calibrated support, which we use in this workflow. This is to get you into printing faster. Remember, always do orientation and scaling before anything else. Do not try to scale a pre-supported model. It is not a recommended idea. What you want to do first is you want to scale them. You always want to do scaling first. So on the right side portion of the screen, we're going to go to scale. We're going to select the first section. We're going to type 150 and press enter. You will notice now that the models has been scaled. You will also notice that we have a warning that says that partial modal overlap, and that is because they are simply bigger and they overlap each other. What we're going to do is we're going to select the base plate and we're going to move it away to make sure it doesn't collide. And the error message has been removed. Now that scaling has been done and we have moved them apart, it's time to go over to the next step. And remember guys, here's a tip for you. If you want your print to look much more professional, aim your keyholes up and be sneaky where you put your drill holes. Makes your print look much more professional. Right, so we're going to begin with angling and orientation. So we're going to be clicking on Leopold and we're going to start with him. You want to right click, set model as current or rotation center. That makes it more easier for you to actually see what you're doing. So the first thing that we're going to be doing with Leopold is we're just simply going to move him a little bit upwards and then rotate him a little bit to the side. And we're going to make sure that this sword is trying to point as close up as possible to that side like this. And just make it just a little bit like that. And now he's done. And when he's done, we're going to move over to the base plate. So we're going to select the base plate, right click, set as rotation center. And we're going to then go to the view cube. The view cube is in the top right. And we want to make sure that we click on the top so we can see everything from above. And what we want to do first is we want to orient the base plate to make sure that the keyholes are in a better position for us to be sneaky when we're hiding our holes, when we're drilling holes into it. So we want to have it something like this. This is what we want. And now we can clearly have a good place to start. And now we're just gonna move and rotate it upwards so we can get a better surface when we're gonna do the supports like this. And we're gonna go to the view cube and take a look again. And we're just gonna make sure that we can clearly see the keyhole like that. And then we take a look. Looks good. No, it's good. And we're happy with this. Now that we have done our orientation and everything is in order, we're ready to proceed to the next step, which is hollowing. Now here's a tip for you guys. If you use water washable resin, you need to take care. Water washable resin is weaker than normal resin, which means you need to be careful about the wall thickness, okay? Now, let's head over. And what we want to do now is we want to move over to hollowing. So when we have the item that we wish to hollow selected, we are going to click on hollow. We're going to then go to the wall thickness. Now it's very important that when you're in hollowing mode and wall thickness, the water washable resin needs higher millimeters thickness because they are weaker than normal resin. Okay, now this one here we can stick at 5 millimeters, perfectly fine. It will work for this one. After that, we need to select our infill, and currently it's set to scaffolding, and scaffolding is good enough for this model, so we're gonna let it be. And then we have the infill density. It is set to 30%, and yes, we're gonna keep 30%. After that, we're gonna go to apply and let CHITUBOX do its work. Once the hollowing has been completed, you will be greeted with a little animation, which is a very nice touch. And also, it makes it so you can know that the hollowing has been completed and you know a little bit how it looks inside. And here's the animation. It starts when it goes down, and there you go. Very nice touch. Now, what we want to do now is we're gonna make ready to enter our holes. So we're gonna go into the drill holes. Now, make sure that when you're drilling holes, do not hit the infills, because if you hit the infills, it will pretty much make it so that the print will fail. So on the right hand side, you have the layer heights. So we want to drag the layer, and we want to click on the top view cube again. We want to drag it down so we start seeing that it comes to the model. You see, it starts entering the model. Now we want to make sure that we have on the right hand side, you want to make sure that you have the edge number set to 20. That means that it is a circle. As you can see, it's a circle. Then you want to have the tip diameter. We're going to have 4. So we're going to have 4 millimeters tip diameter. The depth is going to be 6 millimeters, which is enough. Now, it's very important that you do not hit any infills. So we're just going to move down here, and there is no infill in the path that we have. So we're going to put a hole right here. Then we're going to move to the next keyhole. So we're going to be a little bit sneaky and hide something here. And now that is going to be a little bit more tricky because there is a little bit part there. So we're going to try and put it like this and see if that will work. Yeah, maybe. And after that, we want to go all the way down to the bottoms, and we want to make sure that we do the exit holes, because you need to have entries and exits. So we're going to have one here, one here. Then we're going to go down a little bit further. We're going to put one here and one there. And that will be enough. What we want to do now is we want to click on apply. And now you will see that the holes has been generated. And what we want to do now is just inspect the holes to make sure that they did not hit any infills. So we're going to take a look at the top one over here. Looks good. We're going to go to the next one, which is over here. Looks good. Did not hit anything. And then we want to go into the bottom ones. So we're going to drag the layer lines down again. And we're going to take a look. These two holes, very clean, did not hit anything. And then this one here did not hit anything. And then we're going to go down, and this one did not hit anything. And we are now done. So we have done our hollowing, and we have done our entries and exits. And we did not hit any infills. Very nice, very good. And basically, this is how hollowing essentially is, and looks clean, looks smooth. So what we want to do now is we want to support them. So we are going to be selecting these models, and we're going to click on support. Once we have clicked on support, we're going to click on magic support. And if you've been following us in our previous tutorial, we have our middle calibrated support, and we're going to be clicking apply. And now we're going to inspect the supports to make sure that everything is good. Looks nice, looks good, very nice. What we want to do now is we want to click on overhang detection. We want to detect the selected ones. And it found 2 areas that needs to be supported. We're gonna go to those sections and we're going to make sure that we add supports to those sections, if possible. There we go. We're gonna do detect selected again to make sure. And these are now properly supported. So these ones are ready now. Very good, very nice. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna move over to the wings. And we do the same thing as we did before, set as the rotation center. We're just gonna center the wings a little bit. And after that, we're going to simply move them a little bit to the side, rotate them a little bit, move them backwards a little bit, like this. Looks good, looks nice. And the same thing applies here. So we're going to click on Magic Support. And we're going to be clicking Apply. The support has been generated. And what we want to do now is we want to do the same thing as we did before. We want to have detection, detect selected. Nothing detected. Very nice. So this looks clean, supported very easily, and everything looks good. The best thing about this new workflow is that we can just do everything so ridiculously fast. This is all we have to do. There's no suspended areas, everything is as it should, and that is all you have to do. Nothing more, nothing less. The only thing that we need to do now is we need to select all of these, and we're gonna do layouts, and we're gonna do center aligns. And as you can see now, it moved my Leopold over, which is not what we want. So we're just going to move it a little bit like this. So there you go. Because we want to make sure that these are 2 over here and these are over there, because this is going to be transparent and these here are going to be in gray. When everything looks good and you're happy and you're done with the areas that you want, it is time to do the slicing. So we're going to click on Slice. We're gonna have the current platform selected. This is this one. We're gonna click on Slice. And then we're gonna click on Save. Current platform. Once the slice has been saved successfully, that's essentially it. We're gonna put it on a USB stick, put it into the printer. That's it. After that, we are ready to go. And this is basically a very fast, very simple workflow. The new version of CHITUBOX is very fast. And this here is the finalized model, glued and ready for painting. In our next video, we're going to take a closer look at hollowing and hole details in a dedicated guide, so stay tuned for our next video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, and give us a comment. And don't forget to click the notification bell for our next video. We have a Discord community where you can join, ask us questions, and share your 3D printing projects with us.